Open world Pokemon is controversial, but it was always the likeliest fate for Pokemon games. Still, there is one way to fix it, and I hope they do it in Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Waves. So hey, I'm Not So Ace Trainer, welcome back to the channel, and what about puzzles? Let's get into it. This whole video did not stem from me thinking by myself, it actually stems from a comment left by who else but Zane, a dear member of the community, on a video about trainer battles. They said this is connected to what I was talking about when it comes to the overworld itself being part of the game in the old games. If you are wondering when was it that he was talking about that, it was during one of my streams that you can also catch every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Shameless plug. But who else but Zane continues. The locations themselves were puzzles, even which direction to go was an interesting decision because there were pros and cons to every step. Do I risk walking in the grass, or can I slip past the trainer who might have several strong Pokemon? Maybe I go for both and get a lot of EXP, maybe I can't because my Pokemon are on the brink of death. That's what I call an adventure. This is something I never quite thought of, or at least not in this way, but it just made so much sense to me that I wanted to put it out there to try and start a discussion on it, so feel free to tell me what you think about the topic. I always felt like open world took away your obstacles, and trainers being optional kinda did the same, but I thought of them as physical obstacles, a big rock, a tree to cut down, a trainer to battle, never as pieces of a puzzle. But this comment to me explains everything that I felt was wrong with Scarlet and Violet but couldn't quite put it into words. There was no puzzle. You can see every option available in front of you like before, but a lot of the variables were removed. The fact that there's no random or hidden encounters, no tall grass or deeper sand, means that you see every possible obstacle in front of you in the form of Pokemon in the overworld, and most of them don't react to you in a way that will alter your decision to go ahead or not. The fact that trainers won't bother you unless you bother them first also means that you don't have to take into account the fact that they are even there. Now that I think about it, Alola is actually a very good example of this puzzle thing because it was very obvious there. You had a lot of like regular paths without encounters but various trainers, but a secondary path that avoid those trainers or some of them, yet is filled with tall grass. The open world we got, except for like Paldean Tauros and Veluza trying to murder us, was completely devoid of any reason to pay attention to it. An adventure needs decisions, and the open world should not take away from that just because you have more places to go. It will offer you more options, true, it's impossible not to do that, but it should also offer you obstacles that make those puzzles that who else but Zane was talking about real again. That means more hidden encounters, more Pokemon curious about you or being menacing when you pass by them. Trainers looking for trainer battles by actively engaging with you if they spot you. For example, the return of camouflage trainers would be great. The overworld itself should provide physical obstacles that make sense, offering you a reason why you can't go in a direction and have to navigate things differently. Another great example of this is with items. Sometimes you spotted a Pokeball, but in order to get there, you may have to battle a trainer or go through the grass. Will you do it or will you not? Decisions make a game, a story, better, and they were always there. I never thought about them in that way, but this comment truly made me look back and see that we lost a huge part of Pokemon in the way the open world was made. In an attempt to give us more power over our journey, they ended up making our journeys way more one-sided as we just mindlessly move forward. Hopefully Gen 10 is the one to change it. But what about you? Do you feel this way? Do you felt this way in Scarlet and Violet? Let me know down below. And now, thank you so much for watching. This is all I have for you today, and I'll see you all on the next one. But before I go, I want to thank my YouTube members Dash Plays and Good Old Deo, as well as my Twitch subscribers Anubis Here, the Dr. Joe and Teixeira23 for going that extra mile. Thank you so much for all of your support.